Constantine VI and his mother, Empress Irene. Constantine VI was born on January 14th, 771 AD, and was crowned Eastern Roman Emperor on September 8th, 780 AD, after the death of his father, Leo IV. The 9-year-old's mother, Irene of Athens, acted as his regent. Mother and son co-ruled the empire until he was an adult, but during her regency, Irene had a lot of power and quelled a rebellion early into her son's reign when Leo's uncle, Nikephoros, tried to claim the crown for himself. Irene, having so much power and authority, infuriated the male-dominated church and the imperial hierarchy, but she managed to handle the usurpation of Nikephoros by ordering him and his brothers ordained as priests so they could have no future claim to the crown. Irene managed to fend off the church and older imperial nobles who viewed her as an alien threat because women during this time period had little or no rights, and a woman having so much power was viewed as blasphemous. But she gained the church's support when she brought back religious icons in 787 AD during the Second Council of Nicaea, ending Iconoclasm. During this time period, Constantine VI and Irene established diplomatic ties with the Franks and their king, Charlemagne, who was protecting Rome from the Lombards. He was even going to set up a marriage between one of his daughters and Constantine before Irene broke off the engagement in 788 AD due to their conflicting interests in the Italian peninsula. Irene decided to support the exiled Lombards and their prince Alaudacio, who lost his empire after being crushed by the Franks during their invasion of Italy. The Eastern Romans and the Franks divided up what was left of the Lombard kingdom. Alaudacio was taken in by the Eastern Romans and given an imperial title and command of soldiers. They tried to help him reestablish the kingdom of the Lombards in 788 AD, but were defeated in battle. Constantine VI became the sole ruler of the Eastern Roman Empire in 790 after her mother Irene tried to get the church and the Senate to give her the rank of empress, and was removed from power after the province of Armenia rebelled and threw its support for Constantine. But the incompetent emperor was soon embroiled in a war with the resurgent Bulgarian Empire, and his army was crushed by them at the Battle of Marseille. Later that year, his uncle Nikephoros came back to try and take his crown again, but failed, and this time Constantine ordered to have him blinded and remove the tongues of his cronies. Frustrated with trying to run the empire by himself, he brought back Irene as a co-ruler. Constantine was also having trouble in the bedroom with his wife, Maria of Amnia. After 6 years of marriage and having 2 daughters, but no male heirs, he divorced her in 795 AD and took in his 15-year-old lover, Theodote, as his new bride. Maria and her 2 daughters were sent to exile in a nunnery located on an island in the Sea of Marmara. The divorce and quick marriage caused a huge controversy within the empire, which ruined Constantine's public image and lost support from the church, which Irene used to humiliate her own son while building support to have him removed from power. Irene, who gained support from the church and the imperial noble class after greasing a few palms, toppled her own son's regime on August 19th, 797 AD, and was crowned Empress of the Eastern Roman Empire. Constantine was apprehended by her supporters while he was trying to flee from the coup that was brewing in Constantinople. He was later brutally maimed and had his eyes plucked out. He later died from his wounds, while his wife was sent to exile in a palace that used to be a monastery, located near the city. Irene was now sole ruler of the Eastern Roman Empire, much to the chagrin of the Greek Orthodox Church and the old school nobles. This, however, was an out with the Roman Catholic Church, who used this incident to sever ties and to find a new protector because, since Irene was a woman, they could never take orders from or respect her authority. On April 25th, 799 AD, Pope Leo III, who was in opposition of Empress Irene's authority over the church, was attacked by a mob of angry relatives of the previous Pope, Adrian I, and was saved by soldiers from Charlemagne and escorted to the safety of the Frankish Empire. Well over a year later, Pope Leo paid back Charlemagne by crowning him Holy Roman Emperor on December 25th, 800 AD, totally dissing the Eastern Roman Empire, all because they had the audacity to have a female ruler. Now there were two Roman empires fighting over the Italian peninsula and the authority of the Roman Catholic Church. The Eastern Romans continued to call themselves the true Romans, even though they spoke mostly Greek, while the Pope viewed Constantine VI as the last true Roman emperor. Irene's reign as ruler of the Eastern Roman Empire ended on October 31st, 802 AD, when the patriarch of the Greek Orthodox Church and the old school nobles, tired of taking orders from a woman, removed her from power and had her exiled to the island of Lesbos. She spent the last months of her life living in poverty while spinning wool to make ends meet before dying on August 9th, 803 AD. Even though she was made public enemy number one by the church and noble class, she was also highly regarded by them for restoring religious icons within the empire and abolishing iconoclasm. Her death ended the Isaurian Dynasty, which lasted from 717 to 802 AD. She was replaced on the throne by her finance minister, Nicephorus. He helped organize an opposition force of nobles and clergy and overthrew Irene and named himself emperor, who founded the Nicephorian Dynasty. Thanks for watching another episode of the Byzantine history of the Eastern Roman Empire. My name is Joseph Ulibas, and I hope to see you soon. And if you enjoyed this series, please subscribe to this channel.